Hello, Britta here from Maps+apps. If you're not familiar with us, come take a look at our site. We're at maps+apps.com, and we encourage you to take a look at this gallery right here. This is going to give you some pretty good examples of what we can do, but also realize that they're all customizable to your unique needs and situation. As we scroll down in our site, you get our About section, and then here we are at this Public Health Series video tutorial. So in the video today, we are actually going to look at our emergency management debris report applications, but we're going to be referencing back to this guy quite a bit. So here he is, and we encourage you to watch this and look at those data flows, as we think they're pretty beautiful, and we think that you will also find them quite interesting. So moving on to our emergency management systems gallery, we're working to update this. You know, there's a lot of different things that we can offer when it comes to emergency management, but today we're going to focus on these debris reporting applications. So the first one is this form right here, and if you want to use it on your phone or just use it within the native application, download Survey 123 from the App Store, and then whenever you click on this, it's going to open that up automatically within the Survey 123 framework. So I'm on a desktop, so when I click it, it's going to take me to this page, and all I need to do is click this link right here. So now it's opened in my browser. And just looking over the form in general, you can see that we have a lot of different options. We have date and time, we have drop-down boxes, we have fill in the blanks, geolocation, numeric entries, and we can upload attachments. You can also see that some of these fields have been grouped and that you can minimize them if you need to save space, and that they can also contain the fill in the blanks, the drop downs, and all of those that we saw above. So each one of these questions is customizable. All of the drop downs are customizable, all of the groupings, every bit of these types of forms can be customized, again, according to your situation and needs. So for this one specifically, we're entering in the date and the time at the top, and then we're going to select a type of debris. So for this, let's choose appliances, and in here we're just going to enter in demo data tutorial. Okay, when choosing the location, there's quite a few different options. You can do this locate me. It's going to ask you, can it do that? You can also type in an address if you want to, a lat long, including an altitude. Or, alternatively, you can just move this map around. And I'm just clicking on the map, holding it, and dragging. Over here, you'll see that there's also some more base map options. As we scroll down, let's enter in just a random volume and weight. And here we can attach a photo. Let's attach our beautiful logo, and then enter in our name. So, like I said before, we are Maps+apps. Here's our phone number if you want to get in touch with us, along with our email, info@maps+apps.com. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We love talking about all things Maps+apps. And for the report ID or report status, we are going to leave this blank for now, and we're going to enter in this information in just a minute. This is mainly, for your manager. This data is going to feed into another application, and then from there, a manager is going to determine, where that needs to go. And so the current status is going to be defaulted to submitted. That means this report has been submitted. And that's what we're going to do, submit it. Okay, from here, there are two different options. The first one is as in our Public Health Series application, and that is the form data goes into a manager application that the manager can then decide who they want to assign this data to. or this request or this application, whatever it may be. Where does this information need to go? So that's the manager application. An alternative way is the one that we're going to show you today, and that's by using the Esri collector app. Now the main difference in cost between the two is that this one right here requires you to have a sign-in in ArcGIS Online. And so these sign-ins to be able to use Collector as an everyday person is a minimum of $500 to get that sign-in name, and it's called a named user account. Whereas if you were just going to be using the manager application, you don't have to have an additional sign-in. The public can access it, or if you have a password protector or something like that, only your managers can access it. But you don't have to have that named user account that costs the $500. If you would like to try out the collector application, just message us and we can give you some info on how to do that. And alternatively, if you'd like to see the manager application at work, take a look at our public health series tutorial right here. And then go on to our gallery and you're going to see that you can interact with that and add all of the data. So here it's going to be this drug activity reporter, and this one right here is the manager application. And so you can go ahead and try that one out to see if you would prefer that method. And we explain how to do all of that in this public health series. But for this one, let's take a look at this collector application and see what that's all about. So we are going to just search for, well, here it is, it's debris reports. And it's not wanting to bring in this base map, so let's just go right here and add in this one. And you see that I clicked off to the side. So all I have to do to get back to where I am is just choose this, and it's going to find me. And you can see my accuracy is awful. I'm inside. I do want to note that you can hook these, the collector app, up to survey grade GPS units, or lesser ones, maybe mapping grade or whatever, but they do have the capability to get that 1-inch accuracy when hooked up to a survey grade GPS. Okay, so over here on the side you have all of the different types of debris. So say your field personnel was out there and they were checking on one and they needed to add another one. Say, right here they saw some electronic debris, they would just click on it, fill in all of the information, and wherever it is that they're at, it's automatically going to add that point. But for now, let's take a look at this guy. This one right here. This is the one that we just added. And see, it's a little refrigerator icon because it's appliance. So here you see the information that we already entered. You can see that it's been submitted. And so when you have a field agent out there, they can click the pencil at the bottom and begin to fill in this information. So maybe it's report ID 10, and after they've assessed it, they're going to assign it to Team C for cleanup or removal. Right here are those details, so they can go ahead and add further info. And they can change the status to evaluation, or maybe it's in the disposal stage. They can change the time to when it's been updated. And should you want this to have a different name, so say maybe it's, Field Crew A, we could put drop-down boxes there so that that can be selected as well. Should they want to take more pictures, they can do that. And once clicked, it's going to open up a camera. And then they could also add a file. Once that's complete, all they have to do is hit submit. And now the data has been updated. So let's close out of that. and take a look at our dashboard. So it's going to come from the form, a survey form, and then either into a manager application, like in the example of our public health series, or to the collector app. Alternatively, maybe it goes to both. Maybe it goes into the manager application and that one assigns it to a field crew. Then they go out and they take a closer look on site. So both of those applications can be used together. And we actually advise that. That's a wonderful way to bring this data together. So once it's gone through those, it's going to show up in this dashboard. And since we're on incognito, I have to sign into this one. Okay, we will open that up to where you don't have to sign into it. Some of our dashboards we do like to keep private, but this one will open it up since we're making a tutorial video, so that way you can add data and you can interact with that once you've come to this dashboard page. So let's go over the different elements that we're seeing here first. On this left-hand side are all the different filters that we can apply. Right here in the middle is our overview map, all the points that have been added. On the side, you get a very quick overview of all of the different reports and just a glimpse at what that data looks like. You know, this is hazard waste, and then any information, and this is when it was submitted, and you can see that this data is all organized by date, so the most recent to the oldest. And then down here at the bottom, we have our estimated volume, and then we also have all of the statuses arranged by the teams that they've been assigned to. At any point in time that you want to make these bigger, just up in the right hand corner, click this button right here, and you can see a much larger view of that element. So let's try out some of this. If we go to type of debris and we select appliances, there's our record that we added. If we click on that record, we can see the in-depth detail. If we go to status, the same thing. We can see all of them that are in their staging or that are in evaluation. Assignment, we can see all those that are assigned to the different teams. And then we could also select it by the submission date. So as we're applying these filters, you notice that each of these elements are responding to the filter. And that gives us a very quick glimpse of where we stand at all of the different levels. So whether it's status or assignment, we can quickly see who's doing what and what stage is it in. So I want to finish this by saying, keep in mind that this format of collecting data in a survey format, pushing it to some type of manager application, and having a dashboard to overview all of that doesn't just apply to our public health or our emergency response. It has numerous applications. A great one would maybe be utility outages or maybe crime reports. The possibilities are truly endless. So if you think that maybe this would work for you, we encourage you to give us a call. Like I said, we love talking about maps+apps, but also we're committed to giving back to our community. So maybe you're a nonprofit or a local community organization that you could use this technology, but maybe you don't have the big budgets of larger companies that typically have these types of services. Well, we're here for you. That's one of the reasons that we started Maps+apps. We're committed to giving back to our community in the best way that we know how. And we do that by providing locational intelligence in the forms of maps and apps. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Visit our website at maps+apps.com. Have a great day.